Hi, we're back. I'm Joe Gunty, principal of Morton West High School. I have the privilege to be speaking with Josh McMahon. Josh is currently serving as a dean of student at the West campus, as well as the student activity director at West. Josh, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Gunty. Privilege being here with you.
Josh, I just had an opportunity to have a conversation with Mr. Lemon about an activity that took place, a weather activity that took place in June that caused some significant damage to the field house, and we just had a conversation about the renovations. Can you tell us a little bit about that evening, because I know that you were here coaching that night. Tell us a little bit about the evening and what you experienced at that time due to the weather that came through town.
Yeah, it was a pretty significant storm that came through. I'm sure everybody knows that. But here alone, we were waiting for parents to come and pick up their kids, and the rain kept coming and coming, and more and more water kept on coming in through the doors on the east and the west side of the field house, and it kept on getting higher and higher. And by the time we left, it actually was almost up to our knees in water in this whole building.
How did the staff and the athletes, I guess, react to that situation?
Well, at first it was a little questioning in regards to what's going on here. Are we really getting that much rain right now, or is something happening? And the kids acted pretty well. They followed directions. They wanted to keep on seeing what would happen, just like everybody else did. But we got everybody in here. We were all next to the walls and just waiting for parents to get here. And finally it got to the point where it was not being a safe situation. So everybody left, and we had to take some students home that night because this was not a safe area anymore.
Fortunately, the staff reacted appropriately and students got home safely. But we know that the facility did not weather quite so well. Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of damage happened to the stadium?
Yeah, the major damage that occurred in here was to our football equipment that was in the lockers. Sewage got into the actual shoulder pads, which caused over 80 sets of shoulder pads to be ruined. A lot of the flooring in the main part of the Cow Palace here was soaked with water and sewage, which caused again a major stench to happen in here, and pretty unsanitary conditions were going on, along with all of our weight equipment that had to be sanitized. I know, so the baseball team also lost some equipment in this also. I don't know exactly what they lost, but there was losses all over the place in the stadium.
Mr. Lemon just spent some time talking with us about the renovations of the field house. Can you tell me some of the plans that have been occurring, due to this damage that took place in June?
Yeah, well, first off, I mean, the biggest plans is trying to use this stadium in a more student-friendly and making a more student-friendly environment in regards to trying to allow a lot more student activities to happen out here. We're trying to not make this as much of a buildings and ground area anymore, as more of a student area to use weights, try to get some cardio equipment out here and things like that. So it's just not an area that is just kind of dead on the campus throughout the majority of the year, rather than just the summer when it's being used by the student athletes.
You were mentioning about student activities, and one exciting thing I heard was that maybe there's a location where you're going to have a place where kids can kind of recreate a little bit, kick back, and that's going to be a part of this facility?
Yeah, we would hope to get something like that. We're really trying to work right now, especially with the football program, in regards to trying to get some TVs in an area that kids can come after school before they have to go to practice and things like that, so they can just hang out with their friends, maybe have the TV on, be able to watch some ESPN or something like that, and be able to hang out and just be kids and not have to be out in the streets or anything like that, and just come here instead.
Yeah, more specifically, is there anything going to happen to the flooring? I heard there's a nice soft surface that's going to be installed.
Yeah, we're very fortunate in regards to the surface that we are getting in here. It's a 3/4 inch rubber surface that will allow for when we're weightlifting in here, things like that, will allow for good durability for weights to be dropped on. And it's better for our kids. It's better for our kids lifting in regards to their joints and things like that. And I'm pretty excited about it. Maybe we'll get a shot later of what it looks like, and because it's something that we're very fortunate to have here.
So the equipment we see stacked in the way it's stacked at this point won't be like it is probably maybe a couple months down the road. A nice organized facility that'll be able to enhance our student athletic program here at Morton West.
I hope so. I hope so. Our buildings and grounds are busy right now, but I'm sure they'll get it back to normal, where the way it was looking before this whole flood happened.
Anything that you can share with us, Josh, regarding this particular, disaster in some ways that thankfully did not injure anyone, but certainly did cause some damage to facilities? The benefits that this is going to have to our community somewhere down the road.
I think the benefits, are great to this community in general, just because of the fact that we are getting something that's going to help kids in the future numerous years down the road that we weren't going to have. And you know what, I think our kids are appreciative of that, our families are appreciative of that, of what we offer our students here and what we're going to offer the students to come.
Hey, Josh, thanks so much for your information and the work that you did that evening, especially getting kids home safely. And as we always say at the end of the day, go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs. Thanks, Mr. Gunty.